Answers of an Alien from Andromeda, Encounter 3, Part 1 of 2, September 16, 2010. Question: we have news of spacecrafts that are approaching the Earth to stand on the major cities in next month October, coming from the Pleiades. Is this true? We are from Andromeda Galaxy. It's 2.9 million light-years from the Milky Way, as you call your galaxy. We are very interested in the Milky Way, as we unite to be one big galaxy, in the near future. Our planet has not yet been catalogued by your scientists, by the distance and the position. The Pleiades are very close to Earth, only 440 light-years. There is a great civilization, and the principal there lives in a planet you call Alderaan. They are an excellent and advanced society and, actually engaged in the survival of several colonization of hominoids, including the Earth. They can get here in a few hours inland, with a fleet. Some of their spacecraft are within the limits of your solar system these days, doing some operations. Do not know if they will come here, only if they had any particular order for now interfere with the Earth. But if they come here they will stay quiet, for some help in the process of purging. We'll all be here probably. After the Earth, we have 2 more planets moving from stage to assist. Question: if any of our governments try to attack you or them, you think the spaceships might react? No chance. If you try to attack anyone, will have no effect. Not even your primitive atomic weapons. But this will not happen. Your governments have been advised by reptilians, that are working with them, in preparing for the changes. An elite of your governments made an agreement, which will not be long-lasting, with the reptilians. This breed comes from the galaxy that you call NGC 300. They intend to use the Earth, together with humans. An elite group of humans would be responsible for master and maintain full control over all citizens, human remnants. But there is no room for the 2 civilizations on the planet. Vast majority of humans would have to be considered disposable, and eliminated according to their plans. Your current governments are preparing for this for 20 years. The reptilians are already trying to implement it for nearly 70 years, without success. You see, they are not bad but sometimes use unorthodox methods to get what they need. They are in trouble in some colonies that are allocating depleted planets and has nowhere to be transferred. The Earth is an extremely nice ambient to them and will do everything to come here. They are using the greedy leaders of your own civilization to solve the problem with excess human on the planet. If you live in a just society, this would never happen. Question: the Community Galactica will not do anything to prevent the extermination of humans? Look, the reptilians and their partners human rulers, expect natural disasters to eliminate much of humans, but if a genocide happen without control, our community will take appropriate action. The Pleiadians have had other frictions with the reptilians on other occasions. One aspect of my mission here is to monitor possible sabotage in vulnerable spots on the planet in order to cause disaster that might be considered natural. Question: Steve, a friend of mine wonder if you could not appear in an interview, filmed or not, to talk about all that has told us. Is there any chance? It's not for me to alert your population. I wish it were that easy, Steve. This can only happen when we receive a legal authority to direct contact. In very short time, your populations will be aware that we are here, from Pleiades, Andromeda, or a moon of Aldebaran, which is close to 72 light-years away only. all use the portals of transport of Community Galactica. Regardless of the different distances, all arrived about the same time when we traveled through the portals of transport. All these communities want to help. You know, the only thing I can do are our meetings, sporadic, when I have some time to talk. Never know when they will call me back. I know you've noticed a small light flashing on my wrist when I'm leaving, because this is the signal to isolate myself and be teleported. Question: Mike is another friend, asks if you could provide guidance to physicians, to assist in researches of our illnesses, like AIDS, cancer, among many others. I think this would be greatly welcomed by all humans on Earth. Mike, your illnesses are a symptom of the poisoning of your bodies, for products that produce and consume yourself. The lust for profits means that the industries of the earth are using the means of production and conservation that are not salubrious for the human body, in the long term. Other diseases were spread by your own rulers consciously. Other sectors already have adequate treatment, but they are denied by their interest in chemical industries, worried in maintaining these diseases by commercial interests. You should address the sources of those problems, and not the consequences. In the case of the consequences, yes, our technology could eliminate completely, but still cannot interact with Earthlings. Soon it will be possible. Question: Carlos, another friend, asked for me to ask if there might be some sort of person exchange between our planets for integration, in which Community Galactica, and the criterion for being one of the chosen, IQ, health, age? Carlos, after the beginning of a relationship, I believe it would be a good idea to some kind of exchange persons. Of course, this would require preparation, both physically and psychologically, of travelers. Depending on the area of interest to the interchange, IQ would be important, but health and age would not interfere, because physical problems and restore cell we can solve. In the event of your illness, we have no problems. Microorganisms pernicious attack your bodies because your organic system of defense is still stimulated from outside to inside. Procedures exist to make your immune system to be proactive. It starts to predict in advance mutation of any possible aggressor in an attempt to cheat the system. Since then, the system always wins. In other words, diseases would not be problem. Question: have you or any other crew member has eaten something here on the planet? Fruits, vegetables? Yes, some processed fluids of some fruits. You have many tasty things here. But one of my favorite things here is the honey made by bees. We analyze it, is a nutritious product and chemically fantastic. Remember those little beings you asked other day? Well, they come here regularly from the colony on Mars, and they collect honey and other nature products in your forests, and from there, to send to other colonies that they have on other planets. I'm sure you could not imagine, your honey is used across the galaxy. Question: Mithy, Raul, another friend, read about the moon in our previous interviews, and would like to know what caused the moon to stop its rotation, and show only one face to Earth all the time? Your moon is one of the largest in proportion to the planet mother I know. Moon never had rotation. It was formed with a piece of magma from the planet itself during a collision with a large asteroid, during the crust formation. All this material was in orbit of Earth, and it was bundled to form the moon. The strength of Earth's gravity attracted a lot of liquid iron ore to the side facing the planet when it was grouped, making its core off-center. The moon would not rotate even if you wished, because he always would stop in the same position because of the off-center iron nucleus. Question: well, back to the end of the world, if I die in that case, what can I expect next? Interesting question. You immediately become aware of a dimension, still within the aura of your home planet. There find organizations that will instruct on further steps. It's like a big station, where you will stay until your departure to the new location improvement. There are the portals of frequency, for the local transfer determined by your era, all very nice, and there is psychological help for those who are having a disorder, caused by ignorance of the process. The portals of the planets are often administered by blue beings, nor do we really know its origin, are extremely old and live in the auras of all the planets that support life. Their society is too advanced for our standards. You will see, throughout your development, by more developed than a race is it still always knowing little about the universal context. Even being very advanced in relation to you, we're still crawling with respect to the truths of the universe. So do not worry, someone already worried about everything, and you are only an integral part of something much larger. So, remember, nothing in the universe disappears, everything moves to another stage. My spaceship is now in a place called Tokelau, examining a submarine crack, and then I'll have to go back there. Tomorrow we will pick up supplies at the base Antarctica, then, we will be near the island Trinidad in the Atlantic, where we'll meet another ship that belong our fleet, which is also on a mission. It is a beautiful planet, and we are recording every detail for a comparative atlas of the changes that may occur. Question: how do you think the transition will start? What will happen first? This is a question I cannot answer, because there are many variables. Your society is very vulnerable on this planet. All your transportation technology, economics, and communications are based on your recent achievements. Not a solid basis. If your satellites are disposed of, is enough to initiate the complete chaos. Your society back many decades, from one day to another. A simple magnetic disturbance that is generated by a solar flare or a variation caused by a reversal of polarity would cause everyone in orbit to be launched into space at the same time. You see, your planet is growing in diameter a little every year. The reason is that the entire volcanic mass that is expelled by its crust was under great pressure and therefore less volume. When this material is exposed, it at least 3 times its original volume. This causes the crust increases as a whole, and also decreases the internal pressure. This is the why the moon is an inch a year away from Earth. It was this change in the Earth size will grow a little faster during a brief period of time, causing the moon also walk away quickly to the point of equilibrium in the set. This may be enough to disrupt the orbits of all your satellites. Besides this detail, a rapid increase in crust produces side effects such as earthquakes, tsunamis, atmospheric instability, which also cause the collapse of all activities of your society, for a long period of adaptation. The celestial bodies that will pass through the solar system in these coming months will also have a major impact on this balance between Earth and other planets in the system. Another variable in this equation is what governments and extremists want to accelerate the depopulation of entire regions, a variable totally unpredictable to us. So, this is a question that I cannot answer at any time. End of this meeting. The light on his wrist started flashing. Wait for the next video with the 4th encoder. Join our channel. You are welcome there.